I've been asked the question of how do I take my practice form to the match table? Well, I can assure you that a lot of amateurs and indeed professionals have that problem. Mental preparation is so important, all right? And the answer to the question really lies in that concept, mental preparation. In videos 59 and 71, I talk a lot about diaphragmatic breathing and the need for a pre-shot routine. And I stand by those comments. However, science has an advantage over me. They've got all this measuring equipment where they can measure the heart rate, blood pressure, brain activity, etc. And it transpires that whatever suits you in terms of breathing is right, but equally the emphasis being on the exhalation to relax, right? Well, for me, when you breathe in for 5, getting that diaphragm working, right? Exhaling for 7, you're getting rid of the spent gases, getting more oxygen in, right? That feeds the blood corpuscles, it feeds the brain, and everything in theory works just that little bit better, okay? So now we come to the aspect of visualization. Well, I like this word imagery a little bit better. The reason for that, it includes all the senses. We can see, which includes visualization. We can feel, right? We're using another sense. From there, we can sometimes smell it even. The newness of the seat you sat in, things like that. We can hear the click of the balls. We can hear the referee calling the score out. All these things are going to be helpful in your mental preparation. Now, in January of 2020, I was fortunate enough to go down to London, to Alexandra Palace for the Masters tournament. I insisted that we went down there early. Why? Because I knew that there'd been alterations at Ali Pali, as it's affectionately known. There was massive alterations to the scenario. I didn't want to go there and have Kyron get a few surprises. I wanted him to go there and be used to the setup. I actually took a couple of videos of the arena and the seating arrangements. I actually sat in the chair myself, so that I could savour it. Kyron rather cheekily put underneath, this is the latest wild card, or words to that effect. Well, we can all dream a little. But the serious side of it is that I got Kyron to sit in that chair. I got him to feel what it was like sitting in the chair, to have a good look round, imagine the spectators, the cameras, to feel the situation, and more important, to savour the experience. I like to relate it to something like driving a car when we talk about mental preparation. When you were learning to drive, everything was laborious, it was hard work, you had to think, you never had time to do everything. But as you got better at it, it started to become automatic. It became automatic through repetition. That's what makes things easy. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And imagery is no different. You can't just go to a match and imagine you're making a 147 or your first century. It doesn't work like that. You can't just switch it on and off. It's like a practical skill. A mental skill also has to be practiced. So just sit in your car and imagine now, that you're changing gear, you're pressing the clutch in, you're turning, signalling to turn right or left. You're talking to your wife or your passenger. Things like that. It's all happening automatic, but there was a day when it wasn't automatic, when it needed a lot of thought and it was hard work. Now, coming back to the question of how can I take my practice form to the match table, the secret lies, yes, in those practical skills, but it also is in the head. It's also practicing that imagery, all right? So you can practice anywhere, any situation. The one thing I like is that word focus. You know, if you can pick an object, any object at all, and focus on that object, might be a clock in front of you, watching the second hand going around. Your focus, it's a form of meditation, but watching it to go around, yeah, your mind will wander. And as it wanders, just try to bring it back to that clock, right? And then when you get to that table, you have practiced focusing, you've practiced mental imagery. So here's a typical example of what I mean about staying focused. Here I've got a simple shot of potting the black into the corner pocket. The white is coming off, I'm following through and coming off the cushion here into this area where I will have the red into this pocket, or if I choose, the red into the centre pocket. For any half-decent player, it's a simple shot. But this is where the mind can take over. I get down, I'm doing my pre-shot routine, which I'm all happy about, but then somehow, just about there, I start to think, whoa, something's not quite right in the aim or the feel of the shot. But the mind takes over, and I think, oh, well, it's such an easy shot, I'll just make that adjustment. And the end result is, I miss. Please don't do that. Yes, it takes a lot of discipline. I'll get down, here's the shot again. This time I get down, I've got my pre-shot routine. From there, I know I can play the shot, my routine is right and I'm happy. Play the shot through and pop the black and the white into the position. What I'm trying to say is, if you think of the great golfer Jack Nicklaus, I remember him saying that whenever he played a shot, he would always go through his pre-shot routine. If anything major or minor disturbed that pre-shot routine, he was up and he'd start it all over again. Now, he had the discipline to do that, whether it was in practice or in a match situation. He had the discipline to go through his routine and stay focused. Stay focused, stay in the moment. That is the secret. And you can visualize the shot that you're going to play. And that visualization may initially become hard work, but with practice it starts to get easier. Now, Kyron is fortunate. He's a professional snooker player. He could go to the venue, he can sit down, he can visualize what's happening. The amateurs, possibly you can't do that. You've got to go to work. Tonight you've got an important match, but you probably know where that match is and you've been to that venue before. Just visualize yourself going in there. What does the place smell like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are you talking to? Things like that. Focus on those aspects. Then see yourself playing a shot. Feel that shot. What does it feel, that cue feel like in your right hand or your left hand if you're left-handed? What does it feel like as you strike the ball? Try to imagine these things. And please remember, the mind cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. Imagine it more often, and then when it comes to the practicality of doing it, just maybe your form will improve. Good luck with that practice.